Hell, how's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back to another NTW3 Battlefield look at this glorious core of French infantry marching in a very mountainous region. So this is the map of Rivoli, probably butchering that name, but I haven't seen this map in a little while. I love the little, it looks like it's cold. You can see all the snow-capped mountains in the area, pine trees. It looks like it is a frigid day for a battle, but today we have a 4v4. This is not a clan battle as far as I can tell. It's just a 8 players playing together, but the results looked very intriguing. Some good players, it looks like, on this this matchup. But before this battle starts off, let's go over the cores, which I actually have both sides. Let's start with the French, whose perspective we are viewing from. So you have an 11-point France Allemagne, an 8-point France 1814, the 8-point, actually two 8-point France 1814, and then a 9-point France Flanders. On the coalition side, you have an 8-point Austria, the 1814, 9-point Russia 1814, 10-point Russia 1812, and a 9-point Austria, the Italian faction or core. So, a good matchup here today. Some higher points, or at least on the higher side here. I actually think we have some cavalry already from Austria rolling in, pushing on this 8-point France, trying to get their lancers out of there. So lots of cavalry. Now, the way the cores are deployed here for the coalition, at least, I think there's 1 corps over here and 3 ranged over here. So the French have been pushing, I think, trying to lean into this potentially. This could be the 10 or 9-point Russia here. The other way, Russia being way over here. Maybe they're going to try to either get some high ground here, or they're going to try to push in and destroy 1 corps and then turn to face the remaining corps that the coalition have facing them. We'll see how that plays out. Of course, the other French corps, the 9-pointer and the 8-point 1814 France over here. I'm not sure, but I think maybe this 9-point Flanders is a cav corps. I believe they're a cav corps. From what I can see, they are definitely a lot of cavalry in the mix-up here. And actually a lot of cavalry pushing over here. Yeah, he's definitely a cav corps. Look at all this. Look at all these dragoons here. Now, of course, keep in mind, guys, we don't know. I don't know how skilled these players are going to be or not. I mean, it's randoms. You never know. But I think for the most part, everybody seems to be pretty in sync with what they need to do. I'm not seeing anything insane on either side yet. And based on the kills that both sides inflict, no one just makes any massive weird mistakes. I mean, there's always mistakes made in battle. In fact, probably some crazier mistakes have been made in real life than in a video game, to be totally honest here. I mean, some generals make massive blunders, so much so that you can sit there staring at, reading about it later, being like, man, how did they mess that up so bad? In life that happens, right? So we already have some skirmishers dueling it out here on both sides. Even in the forest here, you have more skirmishers set up, some volunteers supported by some line infantry. Like I said before, lots of cavalry here on this right side. Well, let's see if my voice is used to talking this much. We'll see. Getting over being sick as well, which doesn't add well for making videos, amongst other things. Here we go, though. A Russia pushing across the river. France is going to have to scramble a little bit. We'll see. I got some Russian guard units here. Very nice. And I think we have some cavalry as well clashing. Some lancers getting a nice charge off on those hussars from Austria, breaking them. Reaction from the coalition's cavalry a little too late. We're definitely seeing a infantry concentration here. Skirmishers are starting this fight off. You can see 8-point France gonna take on the Russians, while Allemagne, or the 11-point France, is gonna hold here. The other 8-point France is pretty far away still. So if the coalition have a infantry mass here to push up, they will probably be, for the most part, unopposed, easily flanking this French force here, at least for the time being. I see artillery pushing up as well. Not a lot of artillery for the French. I saw one artillery piece, horse artillery. I haven't seen a whole lot else yet. We do have a little bit of cavalry here. Did they kill a general? Oh my gosh. No way. They broke a general, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, we can find out which Russia this is. That's the 10-point Russia. Oh no, this is the 10-point Russia. Lost their general. That is more of a crazy mistake. And France is wreaking havoc on this 10-pointer for Russia. Man, they are totally getting just out-tasked here. Crazy. Yeah, you can tell they're struggling a tiny bit here, guys. Oh man, they're pulling some Russian cavalry into a square though. Man. Yeah, this Russia, you know, has got a little to learn. You know, maybe they're newer. They're probably gonna do better than I would do right now playing NTW3, to be honest. I haven't played in so long that I probably would be terrible. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes here. I have a feeling this 10-point Russia not going to do as good. Just based on the play, and that's nothing. I truly mean this in the most polite way. There's nothing wrong with not being good at a game and still going out and playing. I mean, how are you going to get better if you don't play? So if they don't do well, that's okay. That's all right. Hopefully they enjoyed the game. Either way, I hope they all enjoyed playing this game, because if you're not enjoying playing it, then don't do it, you know? That's the ultimate biggest takeaway, I think, of playing even this mod. Have fun, you know? If you don't do well, oh well, you know? Not the worst thing in the world. Now, we do have a bit of a push here from Austria. Interesting choice of going for some bayonet charges here. Probably not going to do well with this, but he's going to commit to it anyway. Russia probably, I would guess this Russia is going to get mass routed pretty quickly without inflicting a hell lot of losses on the French. We'll see. We will see. But I see a massive push here by the French against Russia. And Russia's being very defensive. Usually you can tell the skill of the player by how aggressive they push. Another French cavalry charge against some line of skirmishers. Over here you have the 1814 8-point France rushing in for this house, taking it just in time as France and Austria clash with cavalry in Russia, as Russia's pushing in as well. We'll see how this LOC fight goes. That's very pivotal to the flanking. Very, very crucial. If France breaks here, that's going to put the French in a predicament. So far, though, if I was France, I would definitely push on this Russia, especially seeing how defensive they're being. They're kind of hovering, staying very far back. I think we're going to see a bit of a bloody clash for this LOC. Both sides are going to try to be staffing it as quickly as possible. Although we may potentially have some infantry going for a bayonet charge here. We'll see if Russia and Austria can hold. But with the French getting in gear, look at these infantry units just ranged out. Very, very nice. I think the coalition, we should pull back from this LOC. Oh, they're flanking around. They're still going for it. Over here, I'm really curious what's going to happen here. Russia, they have artillery. Maybe they're going to stay by their artillery. Russia could be a tricky faction to play. I'm going to be the first to say that. So I'm not sure how this whole fight's going to go, but I see France being very aggressive. Russia's probably going to get outflanked here. already. The 8-point and 11-pointer are pushing on them. Almost would be better to pull back towards your allies. Honestly, this Austria should be pushing at the same time to ease up the pressure that Russia's about to have thrown at them. Over here, this is turning into a bit of a cluster. Some very close quarters fighting. Nice support from Austria. Stopping. Ooh, a cav charge, though. Russia's light infantry ranged up. Fighting getting kind of fierce over here. I think France is going to secure this LOC, though. Although nice supporting fire from the Austria. We don't want to miss this. Where looks like some cavalry. Looks like, oh, France went in. Is breaking. Austria trying to support their ally here. Don't go. Okay, Russia needs to stand their ground a little bit, I think. The cav going in unsupported, probably not going to do well. Artillery's trying to retreat at this point. I think Russia's going to collapse. They don't have a general either, guys. Their morale is probably in shambles right now. And it looks like, yeah, the coalition maybe going to lean in here. This is a pretty weak French force right here, so they could probably push in and get a lot of kills. But Russia's probably going to collapse very quickly in a 10-pointer loss. You can see the wavering already. No general to bolster that morale. Over here, nice, a little more of an organized fight here, quite honestly. Lots of skirmishers, cavalry pushing up. French do take this house. Yeah, they form a square. This is a more regular, even fight, I think. You see, the coalition are even sending more troops in for the LOC. They don't want to lose it. Austria is potentially, yep, they're going actually fully in. This is actually a problem for 11-point here. They have not a lot here because they committed to this 10-point Russia, although this is turning into quite the easy victory against Russia here. And Russian morale, guys, is very paper thin already. And France is going to have a field day over here.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Did they take it back? I think they did. Either way, though, Austria pushing quite hard on the 11-pointer. Who doesn't have a lot holding at the moment. And I think Austria actually will do quite well in this fight against France. They just got to watch out for the mass rout on their flank. They got to secure that right side because France is going to, as an entire corps. Oh, yeah. Russia just folded. Absolutely folded. We'll see how the coalition reacts, if they're going to pull back towards their ally, if they're going to try to take on two corps at once. And over here, the coalition now have to make a critical decision here. Are they going to keep attacking here? Are they going to pull back, reunite with their allies over here? France trying to slow this advance, setting some lancers in, sorry. And they're holding their own for the moment. I see a potential bayonet charge. Now they have cavalry here to stop. Oop, tree got in the way. To stop this column. And they're firing directly into it. This may... Oh, man. This is a really bad decision. They keep going back and forth. I think they're trying to think they can make an attack here. And then they reform and fall back. And they're just losing men while they're doing this. And I think... Unfortunately, the coalition are taking too long to focus down this 8-pointer. Now, I know the 8-pointer has a 9-point cav corps with them. But this is two corps here, guys. Two coalition corps here. I think they should be moving a lot more aggressively on this French force. Either way, we have the coalition pulling back, maybe a little too late. Maybe they can still get away. The bloodbath over here, just Russians got slaughtered over here. You can see the dead everywhere. Just Russians rushing away. Pun intended. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out now. With Austria pulling back, France may try to pursue, but they don't have a lot here to capitalize on that yet. Still curious. There's a Cav Corps defending this 8-point France, but France is pulling back, and that may be a good decision. They can keep their core intact without
Our men are running.
losing too much momentum. They have to just wait out their allies on the other side of the map. They don't have to actually make a significant dent here. They don't. If anything, just whittle down the coalition without taking heavy losses. Stall them. France taking a loss here. More cav pouring down the hill. Gonna engage some lancers, but watch out for that infantry support from Austria. And they break. The cav engagement's going well for the coalition so far. And we have definitely the retreat being called here all along this right side. You have some very thick lines from the 11-pointer pushing up. The 8-pointer following. He has a little bit more to curve around to perform the flanking maneuver, plus a reserve. I think the French could have pushed a little more aggressively on France, or on this whole side. Russia and Austria, Italy, they could have pushed a lot more aggressively a lot sooner. But that's okay. I think they're still looking pretty solid. Now, the 8-point France over here is starting to take some losses. Cavalry hovering on their flank. They don't have as much. They've been taking some losses on the cav department. But they can pull back to their ally. And in fact, I see the 8-pointer shifting some of their guard units over to this almost center, because the coalition could drive a wedge, surround this 8-pointer, and isolate and destroy them, which looks like that's what they're trying to do at the moment. So this is the moment of danger. A place that the French don't want to be in. You don't want to be in this position where you could potentially get cut off. The line is very, very thin here. And the coalition are really pushing. Coalition also holding this tree line. Very solid hold for the moment. Both the French pushing in force here. We'll see how well that actually holds in the next 5 minutes. This 8-point France trying to get away, I'd say. See some cavalry throwing themselves in here. The Cav Corps, 9-point France Flanders, defending the flank with what's left of their cavalry. Some squarables with the Russian cavalry. It's a good use of infantry and cavalry together. And yeah, they're gonna swing around. This 8-point France is actually in a little bit of trouble. Reinforcements are still about 2 to 3 minutes away, I'd say. Maybe a minute, maybe minute 30 seconds. But a lot can happen in a minute 30 seconds. And they're actually going on the offensive, pushing them back, so actually that may be helping them. Oh, Cav charge here. Some chasseurs cheval. Get a charge. They're trying to slow down this Austrian force here. Excellent job. Counterattacking. Taking over here, we have a French assault. Full-on frontal assault here. Artillery in the tree line. I think they're going to lose their guns. They canistered, but too late. And here we go. The bayonet charge beginning. Let's see the power of pour a volley in. All right, ooh, that was actually a pretty solid shot off. You see it wavered that infantry, but still it's not enough. And France gets into melee again. Over here, reinforcements are almost here. Oh my, what? Oh, I missed it. Dang it. I missed it. 8-point France losing on this flank. I think the light infantry and cavalry just doing an excellent job. So France is not winning everywhere. They seem to be doing well over here. The center actually seems to be holding up, but this flank is collapsing against that 9-point Russia. Cavalry getting on the flank. Watch out for that. 8-point France almost there. Over here, this attack went very well for France. As it should have. And unfortunately, this battle does seem to be a little bit more on the France has one leg up here. Just that right side performing so well for France from the very beginning.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
We'll see if France can turn this around. They are doing an excellent job of forcing that flank. The coalition have broken in the tree line. They are pulling back here. Even over here where they're trying to force that flank. This looks like it was a misclick, maybe. Battle line definitely has changed course a lot. Yeah, look at this. These guys are wavering. And they're fighting some light infantry from Russia. These guys have some decent stats when it comes to shooting. But that is a good thing as France to see the enemy retreating on the left flank. France pouring over that hill. They're about to smash into Austria's position. Austria is going to have to entirely readjust their line. They may be even pushing all the way to the road and redrawing that map. It'd be annoying being this 8-point France. You're like, man, I barely got in a fight. I'm just marching. They keep running away before I even get there. 11-point France definitely has gotten quite a lot of fighting. Oh, we have this 8-point France getting in the action. Going for a bayonet charge here. You want to pull back. There's some supporting fire from Austria that's doing well. Gonna send a fresh unit in. Trilliers. Oh, we have some cavalry charging. Gonna go probably for the artillery piece. You have a fresh French army here lined up. Yeah, these guys are ready. These guys are ready to retake that initiative here on the right side. Like, we are getting pushed no longer. I don't know why I had a British accent for that, but you know what I mean. All right, they're ready to reclaim the momentum here over on this side because, man, Russia has had a field day so far. They have done well. I don't think they've even taken that many losses. And they have that cav hovering. Now, of course, there's some cavalry here. They have more cavalry than the French, though, so that's going to make it interesting. But looking at the grand scheme of things, guys, France is lurching forward. 11-pointer going straight into the Austria. Over here, the retreat has not stopped. I mean, there's some delaying actions that the Austrians have taken, but actually the majority of the corps has fallen entirely back. Now, they may need to turn and help in the center so that this does not break. Now, Austria definitely could use the LOC and fight around the LOC for the time being. We'll see if that actually works. Austria is still pushing. Oh, we have a big cav fight. Ooh, I think I caught it just in time. Very nice. Big old cav clash. Dragoons on dragoons. Oh, yeah. And Russia looks like they are holding their own for the time being. Seems some wavering on both sides. France really wavering. Breaking. Oh, okay, back charging. You don't do this. So don't back charge your cavalry. General nearby, Ney, trying to keep the fight going. But I think France is going to lose this, which is going to definitely help this Russian push. If they have the cav advantage here, yep, another unit break. I haven't seen a single Russian cav break yet. Oh, this is disaster, guys. This is disaster. Now, the Russians are not being very smart with their cav engagements, in my opinion. They're kind of massing them all up here. They didn't need to charge that one Lancer unit in. Don't back charge your own cav. It actually, I believe, can actually do some damage here. Now, France is pushing. 11-pointer doing well. Going in against this Russia, who's probably worried about the cav engagement as well. And there we go, that 11-pointer charge again. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at the French infantry rushing past. Will not be stopped. Look at this, guys. This 8-pointer, I think he's giving up. He's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm tired of chasing. I'm going to go to the center where the action's happening. Now, what's really surprising is this 8-pointer hasn't pushed forward with the 11-pointer. I would have been already swinging my infantry in, supporting this engagement. The 11-pointer has done most of the heavy lifting, I feel like, in this fight so far. They could be really pushing a lot faster. Support, like, if you see your allies doing something, they're pushing now. So it's not like they're not doing anything. But if you see your allies pushing, like, imagine if they were right here. They could be cutting off, helping support, stopping even the cav engagements. Now they are reacting, of course, so that's fine. But they could get a lot more reaction, probably capitalizing on this push the 11-pointer is making. The cavalry is much needed. They're probably exhausted. They just fought a battle, but they're going to have to react here. They're going to form a square. We'll see how this goes. Russia's actually retreating now. And looking at the grand scheme of things. So, on the right side, this 8-point France is going to keep probably swinging. Get the high ground, swing around this Austria in the center. Austria has distanced themselves from the 11-point and 8-point. 11-pointer going straight in for the Russia on the flank, and they're going to have some support here. Things are not looking good for the coalition, guys, at all. An entire corps just moving in on your position. Yeah, that's where the engagement's happening. Of course, there's a stop right there as well.
Our men are running.
Yeah, Russia's going to collapse here, I think. Austria may not be able to react. Cavalry's probably still tired. They're going to have to commit it, though. Well, that's a mass break. That's yet another nail in the coffin for the coalition. Got some cuirassiers here. Look at these guys. Fancy. And the cavalry, even they are not going to be able to stop this.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, this is, man. Austria is going to try to react, but they have a corps pushing on them as well. This whole extra corps, I think, could be pushing very aggressive. They could probably seal Russia's fate very quickly if they just push. Now, of course, I know they have cavalry on their flank, but, I mean, 1 or 2 infantry units peeled off that can square. I mean, cavalry just dealt with that, so they could definitely be pushing. But this battle has definitely turned into more of a one-sided affair. I mean, they could cluster around this LOC, try to hold here. Now it's up to Austria to hold this LOC in the center. Now we start considering LOCs. I think each one is 1 point. I mean, they have 1, 2 they could take, plus this one in the center, 3, this one over here, 4, and there's 5 over here, so versus 1, 2. But they could hold the LOCs, they could win. I don't think they're going to, though.
This building has fallen
There's so much time left. Although this flank really pushing, man. This has been a rough thing for the coalition. Here we go, an attack by the 11-point France. Didn't go too well. Here we go, another one. Let's see if they can stop this. The French don't want to throw away their infantry. They have definitely had their men whittled down. I'm surprised they haven't bayonet charged yet. This must be a misclick. Oh, I feel like the French have way more infantry than the coalition do. So they could afford it, especially with both 8-point French. Oh, wow. Did they not see this at all?
Our men are running, sir.
Wow. They didn't see this. That's why the minimap is... So, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see this, to be fair, on the minimap. They'll deal with it now, though. Here we go, an assault for the LOC as well. Going for the infantry. Ooh, a general nearby. They can snipe this general. That would crush the morale of the coalition at this point. Would be insane.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Yeah, I think they're going to take this LOC pretty easily. I think they're ignoring the Russian. I mean, no, they're focusing on this Russian force a little bit, at least.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, that flank going well. Cavalry trying to slow down the French. Oh, these brave Russians making a final stand here, surrounded by French infantry. Both LOCs, I think, will fall. I mean, I don't think the coalition are going to win this, being totally honest, guys. The question is this going to be down to the timer, or are they going to lose all their infantry? I mean, the coalition have a potential to just absolutely crush all these infantry. All these corps could potentially get crushed very easily. But it seems like a lot of these are turning into LOC fights. These guys, oh yeah, get some nice long lines just to maximize firepower at the moment. They have reserves too. This is, they take one of them. Gosh, go away. Yeah, they take this one. Retaken.
Our men are running, sir.
This heavy cav, I suspect, is almost gone. I have a feeling we're going to see the Austrians make a last stand roughly around this area. I mean, they have cavalry still rampant, and it did break some of that French infantry. I think the 11-pointer, all its infantry is left over here, or in the LOC, all this 8-point France, yeah. If you look at the mini-map, it's just like last stands everywhere. It's almost like, you know, as if it was a city siege. And there's just last stands being made in the buildings.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Oh, they took it back. How many times has this building changed hands? Uh-oh. Which general is this? 8-point France? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 9-point Flanders. Gosh, this is a tongue twister. France Flanders. What a stand by this Austria, guys. I mean, they're surrounded, but they keep retaking this LOC. They keep sticking up, sticking by their guns. Well, here we go. France is going to commit. Bayonet charge. Look, the officer even sword above his head. Oh, that's cool. That is just absolutely gorgeous.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
This is the last. I mean, actually, Russia held. Well done to them. They held this LOC, and I don't think it's going to matter if Austria breaks, then they're just going to, you know, swing around and push, but yeah, look at this. They're meeting. 11-point France, 8-point France, meeting in the center. Russia, I'm assuming Russia's just gonna stay. Ooh, oh my gosh. That was a gnarly shot. Yeah, there goes the 8-point Austria. Well, guys, in evaluation of this battle, now that's coming near the end, this 10-point Russia probably should have pushed across to Austria, or Austria should have been aggressive. Now, I don't know these corps well enough to know if Austria could have afforded to be aggressive, and that'll change things in the 8-point that pushed on Russia with the 11-point. Or maybe they would have switched around and dealt with these, but then Russia could have pushed. I don't know. I don't know what would have actually changed this fight too much, or if it would have changed anything. But yeah, I mean, what you gonna do? You know? They hit the fast forward button here. I don't think there's a lot else happening. Pretty much every general has died. I mean, the disastrous beginning, losing the Russians 8-point or 10-point Russia's general was not a good place to be. I mean, it did not help anything. Now, I expect I may skip ahead, guys, and see if this engages again. And if it's not interesting, then I'm just going to skip to the end, and we'll see in a second, I guess. All right, guys. So they have a 60%ed this building. Not a lot of pushing, really. They're just kind of, you know, I think the French are not willing yet to commit. I'm going to fast forward again because, yeah, I mean, it's a costly push that the French have to make on this. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Of course, the 8-point France, the most ready to probably to make a push, but I don't think they really want to. I mean, they could totally just destroy this building entirely. They win by team deathmatch. They have plenty of time. They could just destroy the building entirely. They don't have to take it, you know. Don't know if they're going to. I mean, it looks like they're pushing for this one. Maybe they're going to push for this one. But I mean, not a lot of exciting stuff happening right now. Honestly, yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's like one of those times where it's like, you know when you watch sports and you can tell announcers have nothing really to say, and it's not like I can talk about the athletes. I have no idea these players. I can't be like, this athlete, it's his first time playing. First year, he's been doing well. His stats are out of the roof. His batting average is this. I'm like, no, I got nothing to talk about. I'm not talking like, oh, look, they're pushing for the LOC. Also, I actually did take that one, though. I think actually this is done. Yeah, this is definitely done. I don't think I need to let this final thing go. So I'm just going to skip to the end so we can see the results of this battle. We have a victory for the French. Bloody battle actually fought. You can see that by the results here. The coalition did decent. I mean, over 1,000 kills for almost all of them, minus that 10-point Russia getting crushed in the very beginning. But on the French side, you have Violet. As 11-point France got 3,171 kills. 8-point France with 783. Another 8-point France with 965. And then 9-point France with 1070. On the other side, you have the 8-point Austria with 1690. You have the 9-point Russia with 1838, some good kills. Of course, you have the 10-point Russia with 325, and then the other 9-point Austria with 1304 for the kills. So, you know, they exchanged some fire, they exchanged some deaths, some kills, but a victory for the French ended up being. So, maybe guys, that'll be for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Until next time, whenever that'll be, hopefully tomorrow, but I can't promise. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.